Hi guys! It's another digest episode on romantic doctor, Teacher Kim. So episode 3 picks off right where episode 2 ended. Teacher Kim operates on and patches up the injured Seo-jung. Remember how she tried to slit her wrist after meeting up with Dong-joo at Doldam Hospital? Dong-joo assists Teacher Kim in surgery and he's just blown away, kaboom, by Teacher Kim's surgical weave. He almost loses it while watching Teacher Kim's surgical wonders. Dong-joo later gets a verbal ass whipping by the teacher. Seo-jung makes a recovery, not a full one though, not yet. She's got a cast bandage around her arm, and because of her self-inflicted injury and mental state, Teacher Kim disqualifies her from practicing. And Seo-jung does not take it easily. Dong-joo meanwhile goes through the motions, the daily grind at Doldam Hospital, treating patients of all sorts. The food-poisoned family, traffic accident patients, the garden variety. He's also still bitter and sees himself having been unfairly demoted to Doldam and yearns to go back to the main hospital in Seoul. At the same time attempts to emotionally reconnect to Seo-jung, but her heart remains hard to penetrate. And Teacher Kim still remains a mystery to Dong-joo and tries to find out who he exactly is. In the latter half of the show, Teacher Kim tasks Dong-joo with overnight ER shift. But at the same time, he gets a call from his senior from Seoul, who happened to be in the neighborhood for golf with the hospital's chief. He tells Dong-joo to stop by for dinner so that he can put in a word for his reinstatement back at the main hospital in Seoul. So Dong-joo is in a dilemma. Does he walk out of the night shift to rub elbows with the big wigs? Or does he remain in ER and do his job? One way or the other, he's got to make a choice that he may regret. For the first time, viewers get sort of a close glimpse into Dong-joo's frustration and dilemma. And as to Teacher Kim, while off duty, he returns to the casino where he made a scene in episode 2. In here, we see another Mr. Man in a wheelchair who Teacher Kim stares at closely. In the very end, Doldam is confronted by a number of burn victims. Seo-jung, by the phone, tells Dong-joo on how to treat the burns, while all of a sudden, Teacher Kim enters the hospital with burns and bruises himself. Moving on to episode 4, we find out that the burn victims are cooks at the casino's restaurant, and that Teacher Kim was the one who saved and brought them to Doldam. The cooks also appear to be close buddies with Teacher Kim, who frequents the casino to voluntarily offer medical assistance to gambling addicts. The casino's manager, a new female character, and security takes notice of Kim and brings him to the place's owner. The owner is the old man on wheelchair we saw in episode 3, and it turns out that he's also the chairman of the board at the main hospital in Seoul. He's also had a heart surgery in the past and is currently in need of additional surgery. He sees Teacher Kim as the right doctor to fix him up. Meanwhile, the head of the main hospital, who's vying for his 3rd term as a director, meets the chairman and finds out the chairman has chosen Teacher Kim as his surgeon. The director is enraged because he had recommended several highly expert surgeons from the main hospital and suspects that this Teacher Kim is Boo Yong-joo, the former surgeon at his hospital. I'm guessing some sort of a past rival? Meanwhile, Dong-joo, frustrated by his time at Doldam and what he sees as constant reprimand from Teacher Kim, decides to quit. But during a conversation, he realizes Teacher Kim is actually Boo Yong-joo, the role model doctor that encouraged Dong-joo to become a surgeon. But Teacher Kim denies suggestions that he's in fact Boo Yong-joo. Seo-jung, meanwhile, is allowed by Teacher Kim to work again, but only as an assistant until she proves her worth. In episode 4, Teacher Kim delivers some heavy-handed lines about what it means to be a good doctor. Are you a good doctor? Or the best doctor? What kind of doctor is right for a person in need of medical attention? We're starting to see the Dead Poets Society type aspect of Teacher Kim and Dong-joo grappling with the philosophical notions of being a doctor. So compared to episodes 1 and 2, 3 and 4 was somewhat of a slow burn, I think, but more of a setup for farther story developments down the road. Let's see if these setups bear fruits in future episodes.